Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Come on in. Okay. Sorry for being close there. I just wanted to make sure you were properly introduced. Okay? We're back. Okay? Another SubXO talks. And yet another story that happened in elementary school. Now, I don't know how elementary school was for y'all. For me, it was pretty casual. I just didn't really do much as a kid. I just kind of fooled around most of the time. But one thing I was good at: running. Okay? This is my track star era. Not to flex myself back in, sorry about that. Not to flex myself back in elementary school, but I was a pretty fast runner, okay? Kids would challenge me to see who would be the fastest kid. I was obviously a part of those challenges, and sometimes they would win, sometimes I would win. It would just be on a day-to-day thing. We would see who would specifically win on what days. So this became sort of a common occurrence, but all this built up to one specific day. All right, and that day was a big one because we got the top 2 runners in the school. Those two come together at lunch, right? We all sit there, we're like, okay, once the whistle blows to go to recess, we're literally making a dash to the opposite side of the field towards the fence. And we're gonna see who's truly the fastest, okay? Needless to say, I was hyped as hell, alright? I mean, this was like when the Greek gods were fighting, okay? This is like an actual challenge. This is like mythology right here. But, for an elementary schooler. Point is, lunch ends. We dash towards recess, alright? And they had us all lined up, nice and neat, telling us rules of the day, mostly about, like, either what was happening in the school or what not to do. The basic old precautions like, don't push each other. Don't punch each other. Don't throw balls at each other. All this builds up to us standing in line, staring at each other, okay? We were all hyper-focused, hyper-zoomed in, alright? We were track stars, okay? We were practically Usain Bolt in the making. This was my time to show who truly was the winner, alright? I was tired of people playing with me. Again, I was an annoying kid, but you couldn't insult my running skills at the time, So, I was honed in on that. Nobody gave a hoot a nanny about what the heck the teacher was saying about
Please, can you, please don't hurt each other. And, it's very disrespectful towards the other kids.
Shut the hell up! Alright? So, while all of us were peering over, we were nodding towards each other. We're like, you know what to do. On some Fast and Furious type shit. So, we all are so honed in on this. We hear him yapping up a storm, nobody giving a singular fuck, and then we hear it. The whistle blows. Me, alright? My other friend, alright? And the other guy, don't even remember his name, let's call him John. We all dash, okay? We all bolted through all the students. We were all like, man, get the hell out the way. That teacher that was like, please don't push each other. We didn't give a fuck. Moving out of the way, dashing through all these crowds of people. We dash. Me, the other guy, my right, my left. All right, on some TikTok, cringy at Deku. What up? All right, we were going in, and I reached the fence. I grab onto it, like it's, like I just got a drop of the fountain of youth in the desert. I finally found it. I was grabbing at it. I looked to my left. My other friend made it. Look to my right. John, he made it too. Who won? Well, I don't remember. You wanna know why? So, while I was catching my breath, asphyxiated from all that Herculean, strength and speed that I had to overcome. I was like Artemis. Turn slowly back around. The entire school is staring at all three of us. The entire school, all the teachers that were lining all these kids up, all the kids that were in those lines, they didn't move a muscle. They didn't move a muscle. Bro, our teacher, turns out, was whistling because kids were being too loud. Not to dismiss them to recess. So, let me just tell you, I've felt shame in my life, many a time. We've all been there, alright? We've all been through some things. When I tell you, the walk of shame back to the line so that we could actually be dismissed was one of the most embarrassing feelings I had ever felt. I would go on to say that was the first time I ever felt true embarrassment. We all just walked back. And when, your parent catches you with your hand in the cookie jar, and then you just gotta go back to your room because you just know you did something bad? It was like that. It was like... So, the whistle actually blows. For real this time. And all the kids disperse. Alright? I don't think I have to tell you, I did not run an inch after recess. I was pacing back and forth across the entire field, just minding my business, and me and the other two kids were just swallowing our pride. I will tell you right now, if I was the only one that went to that fence, you wouldn't have sub XO, okay? You would have dead XO, alright? So, you should be glad that I embarrassed myself with people, because it feels so much better. I'm not gonna hold you. It feels so much better. Held my head up high, walked back to school once recess was over, and never thought about that again. Well, until now, because you just don't forget things like that. No matter how much you want to forget, it just always creeps back up in your mind. Sitting on your bed, sleeping, wondering what's been going on in your good old noggin. What's some good memories to fall asleep to, and then your brain chooses to play that back. Well, thank you, brain. You're a great guy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I don't know. Make sure you don't kill yourself.